Hey, what's going on, guys? Antoine here. I'm back again with another video. Happy New Year, by the way. Let's just get into it. I am here in the laundry room. This is the first area that I set up when I started filming on this channel, and primarily I did it because I wanted a separate space just for the film and photography content that I put on YouTube. And I'm readapting it mainly because I've gotten this area cleaned out again, but also because I'm getting ready to move in a few weeks, and we are going to move to a smaller space that we have now while we just save up for the house that we want. So I thought that I would readapt this area just so I can get used to shooting in small spaces again, because wherever we move to, I'm going to be shooting in a small space. Enter this 2-light pack here. I bought this at Walmart when I was out Christmas shopping a few weeks ago. This is from Bauer. It's a 2-pack creator light kit. Comes with 2 lights and 2 stands that extend to 46 inches, which is pretty good. They've got a tungsten and a daylight setting, as well as a bunch of different RGB settings as well. So I figured, you know, we would buy it and see if this is any good, because I know some of you just starting out, you're probably in a small space too. So the 2-pack creator light kit isn't any good. Let's talk about it. Okay, so here we are. I don't really have a setup for the whole unboxing thing, so this is what you get. You're looking at this the first time just like me. I did open it and saw that it came in 3 boxes like that, but that's all I've done so far. So, okay. So what's here? Okay, so there's our 2 light panels, as well as looks as some cords. Okay, so these are powered via USB. That's weird. I thought we had like some actual, so that might be our first problem. The fact that they're powered by USB might be an issue. I might have to look for an adapter or some such. Here is where our 2 light stands are. And again, these extend to 46 feet, which is, or 46 inches rather, which is just under 4 feet. So yeah, I got too many light stands here. They feel not great, pretty plasticky, but again, you don't need to have, you know, a super high quality one considering how small these lights are anyway. So yeah, those extend pretty well. I'll get these extended and set up. So anyway, that's what you get in the box. First box has 2 light panels, instruction menu, some such stuff, and then here are our 2 light stands in the other 2 boxes. So let's flip back and get this set up. Okay, so here are the lights in all of their glory. Again, they're about right up to the stand, right up to the solar plexus on me. And so there's 4 feet. Again, that's gonna be okay if I'm sitting down in a chair. So sitting down, they're about head level almost, just a little shorter than head level, but like I said, so again, small spaces. Looking at the cords, they're both running into my USB charger, wall charger here. The cords themselves aren't super long, which was one thing that I'm kind of sad about, but again, that's in keeping with the theme that these are to be used in small spaces. I noticed here on the panels, they do have a little slip cover here to help diffuse the light, so that's nice. So I got a mode dial. That second button is RBG, an on and off switch, and then an up and down. So let's turn the on switch on, and there we go. Got a light. So mode, I'm assuming for mode, can I, okay, so that's switching from tungsten to daylight to mixed, so that's nice. Let me turn off the house light real quick. So we're lighting with just these, and boom, there we go. And it's putting out quite a bit of light in here. So I'm using, I got mixed light there, I got just tungsten. Let's use mixed light for both. Okay, so both rocking mixed light. Again, I can hit the RBG button, and so it doesn't have any kind of slider or anything. You just cycle through. Got like a yellowish, there's a green to a blue, cyan, or Yep, cyan, and there's actual blue. Oh, it does have a purple. That's good. So we got a bunch of RGB colors. So yeah, like I said, they seem to work okay. Let's go ahead and start mixing and matching and see what we can do. So I got my table here. First thing I'm gonna set up is for maybe like some product shots. So let's test that and see what that's like. Okay, so first up, I got my little table here. I got just both lights on either end of the table with my Instax camera, my instant camera here in the center, and we'll take some pictures with this. And one thing I'm noticing, I am casting some shadows that wouldn't be there if the lights set higher, as you can see. So you still may have to set this on something like a chair or a stack of books to get the height that I want out of the lights, because again, they don't stand quite tall enough for me. Just under 4 feet. Again, if they stood 5 feet, it'd be perfect, but this is what we got here. I think I'm gonna try the RGB. Let's mix and match some fun colors and see what we can get. Okay, so in this scenario, I got a simple power bank. This is just like a cheap, like $10, $15 bank that my girlfriend had lying around. So I plugged that into this light. I put it on this table just to give it some more height, and we're gonna key that on the main table here that I'm gonna sit at. Got the other one pointing at the wall. I'm getting ready to turn that on and set that up. But anyway, that's pretty much the setup I'm going to use. Just those two lights. We'll look and see what kind of shot we can get. I got to grab the tripod too. Set this camera on the tripod, and we'll just kind of give like a standard kind of like talking head shot, and we'll see how these lights do. Okay, so here we go. This is our talking head setup. I put a sheet in front of that light to diffuse it a little bit, and I changed the white balance settings in the camera to try to closely match the white balance that I was getting from the mixed daylight and tungsten setting that I used on that light. But as a key light, I mean, you can do it. It's not as nice as the light we were just using, but it does the job. The other light is in the back casting a cyan shade on our white wall. And so, like I said, you can do something like this and talk about a product or whatever you want to do. So, I mean, like I said, it's definitely good enough for that, especially in a small room. $40 light setup, it works. So now for the final scenario, so far we've done a little product photography slash some thumbnail type of stuff. Again, you got your straight up talking head segment like this, and last I want to put it in the scenario I think that it was made for. So without further ado, let's go next door to the game room and set all of that up. Okay, and here we are in the game room. The final setup, of course, is setting it up on a computer, kind of like a live stream setup. So I'm going to put that together, and then we'll take a look at it in a second. I was going to say, again, these USB ports, the fact that you can plug it right into the computer, I think that's what this was more made for. By the way, these little adapters here, you can plug it in USB, and then you can plug it into every wall. So I do change my mind. At first I mentioned that as something that I was kind of sad about, that it had USB hookups, but honestly that just makes it more versatile. These adapters aren't super expensive, and you probably got some lying around the house already. 5 volt is very common, so that's pretty much what you're gonna get with these little power bricks here. So anyway, let me set this up, and then afterwards we'll take a look around and see how I utilized everything. Okay, so here we are finally in the last scenario, and that is setting up on a desk. As you see here, we've got the light there, and I've got the 90D setup. I usually use my 90D when I stream just because I like the long battery life that it's got. If you look down here, we are in StreamYard, and there we are. Hello, how's it going? So just like this, you can see everything's here, everything but sound, that is. And I just bought this new mic for that. It's a Vivitar Creator Series mic. I bought this at Walmart too, so while we're at it, I guess we can test it real quick and see what it sounds like once we get it all hooked up. So let's do that. I've got this a USB short, so I've got one for the camera because I'm using the EOS utility app as I could hook it up HDMI, and in the future I may do that just so I can have that port free. But the light is also in the other USB port, so the third USB port, I've got my hard drive plugged in. I'm gonna unplug that and plug this mic in because I believe it's it's USB-C powered, which is nice, USB-C. So I got a bunch of USB-C cords lying around if this doesn't come with one. But I bought it because you can change the color on the microphone, and I thought that was fun, especially for my video game stuff, give it a cooler look with that. So yeah, let's finish setting this up, and then I'm going to talk to you from the stream and just show you what the quality's like. And here is the final shot. This is what the stream looks like using those $40 lights, and honestly I think it looks pretty good. I think the light looks even enough. Yeah, it just looks good for 40 bucks. I am talking over this via voiceover because the microphone that I set up for this, I didn't really play with the settings before I started recording, and by default, for whatever reason, the reverb was turned all the way to the maximum, so it sounded terrible, and I didn't notice it until later when I went back and tried to add this clip in. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Let's talk about in the comment section below. Questions, comments, concerns, threats. What do you guys think about these $40 lights? Again, it's great the day and age we live in, the age of the content creator, because a lot of manufacturers are trying to cater to that market, and because of that, you can get a lot of decent products for cheap now. And so like I said, $40 for 2 lights, you can pretty much light your beginning studio with just those 2 lights alone, and I think it looks pretty good. But anyway, that's all I got for you. If you like this content, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. You'll be glad you did. This is Antoine signing off. Until next time.